Okay, now let us talk about this energy, right? This energy that is moving across Australia. Now, we got some evidence here, and the evidence date is the 4th of April 2024. Now, the evidence is telling us that bestiality references allegedly made during a presentation at Renmark High School. Let's get into the evidence, right? The Southern Australian Department for Education is investigating a presentation delivered to Year 9 girls in a regional high school that allegedly referenced bestiality as being accepted by the LGBTQIA+ community. Let's get into some more. Female students said teachers at Renmark High School told them to leave their lessons and attend a presentation in a separate classroom. Students who attend the presentation on March 22, 2024 said, two staff from the Headspace Center in the neighboring town of Berry introduced a third-party presenter who facilitated an hour-long presentation focused on relationships. Parents said they were not notified about the presentation, nor was it consented to. Students said they were left unsupervised for the duration of the presentation. Student Courtney White, 14, said she felt confused and blindsided by the presentation. We had a teacher that told us to grab a chair and sit in front of the board, and then the Headspace people came in, and then the teacher left. So then we were sitting in front of a board alone with no teacher, just the Headspace people, she said. The first slide of the PowerPoint on the board was, you can see clearly, no and no point hiding. The girls felt really uncomfortable. 14-year-old Emily Wonderberg said the presenter was graphic when referencing their own sexual preferences and spoke in sexually explicit terms about growing up and being confused about whether they idolized people of the same gender or wanted to be intimate with them. Students say they were then given an explanation of the initial LGBTQIA+, which each word and its meaning displayed on the screen. There was a slide for what the plus means, and they just start randomly saying words that no one knew, like bestiality, Emily said. It was on the board when they were showing what the plus meant. The student said bestiality was then explained in detail, and presenter seemed to imply it was something practiced by people who identify as the LGBTQIA+. Now, this article just goes on and on. It just breaks it down. Now, the spirit of bestiality is going around in Australia. I have another story talking about it. Now you got to understand that they do things subtle. While I'm showing you two pieces of evidence, you need to understand that these people, they introduce it subtle. Now, it was alleged that Australia is a pedophile haven. Now they seem to be taking on this bestiality energy. Now, bestiality is very important when it comes down to the end times. Why? These fallen angels, especially the head pervert, the one with the bronze skin, eyes like fire, and afro hair, that pervert, that one, whether he's Gadriel, Satan, Lucifer, the devil, whatever name the pervert goes by, when he is having sex, yes, they have sex. He have sex in the serpent form. He has sex like a snake. He's a snake. So that is how he has sex. Now, in history, I've done video where he has impregnated women, and people think it's mythology. They think it's a joke. It's a real thing. That is how he brings his bloodline in, right? He has sex in an animal form. And not just him, the other fallen angels, that is how they have sex, in the animal form. So you are in your human form and they are in an animal form. So it is important for people to get used to that type of sex, because they're coming back, and that type of sex is what they're going to have, and they want it to be openly accepted. Right? They know people won't accept it, and they're doing everything to push it onto you, to push this energy. But I push it back into the pits of hell. And notice which group it is attached to. The article is there. It's from a credible source. You can go check the article out for yourself. I'm not making it up. Right? I'm not making it up. Bestiality is a part of the LGBTQI plus community. They said it, not me. Right? So go check the article out and understand the time and season we are in. Understand, if you are to survive these end times, you've got to be disciplined when it comes on to sex. From the moment you can discipline yourself when it comes on to sex, you are halfway there. So we need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.